God and Michael beg you, open this immediately, avoid disaster in 72 hours, it's an emergency. Archangel Michael says it's an emergency, a big tragedy is coming your way, open it now, or you will cry. My beloved child, don't skip, stay with me till the end, because the second you clicked this, something shifted around you. And I need you to breathe slowly, because what happens in the next few moments will shape the next 72 hours of your life. Feel that strange pull in your chest right now. That's not anxiety, that's recognition. This message was never meant for everyone, it was meant for you. Listen carefully, God has been trying to reach you for days, but today, the urgency reached its highest point. Don't scroll, don't look away, a revelation is forming around you, like a shield, and if you leave too soon, that protection may not fully lock into place. Stay till the end, because something life-altering is approaching, and this is your early warning. Here's the truth you need to hear, without fear, you were supposed to receive this sooner, but stress, heavy thoughts, and the energy of people around you blocked the signal. And while you've been trying to stay strong, Archangel Michael has been fighting to guard you quietly. But in the last 24 hours, something changed, someone's jealousy, someone's hidden intentions, someone's negative focus, tried to reach your life. Not enough to destroy you, but strong enough to shake your peace, your finances, your relationships, or your mental state. That's why this feels intense, that's why your heart is reacting, that's why you're still listening. Because these 72 hours are not here to scare you, they are here to prepare you. And I need you to understand this clearly, God is not trying to frighten you with tragedy, He is trying to pull you away from a wrong step, before it becomes a regret. Archangel Michael stepped forward, because you were one small decision away, from choosing doubt over clarity. One message away, from trusting the wrong person. One moment away, from walking away from something, that is actually meant for you. And that misalignment, could have delayed your progress, drained your confidence, and left you feeling broken. But not anymore, because you stayed, because you didn't scroll, because you chose to listen, when your spirit whispered, this is for you. Now let's talk about what's really happening. When something big is about to arrive, the energy around you reacts first. That's why life suddenly felt heavier, that's why you felt tired for no reason, that's why your mood has been shifting fast. It's not random, it's spiritual pressure, before spiritual elevation. And God is redirecting you right now, so you don't step into a trap you didn't even know was set. Over the next 72 hours, 3 signs will appear, subtle but powerful. The first sign will be a clear warning that exposes who is truly aligned with you. The second sign will be a redirection that saves you from a decision you would have regretted. And the third sign will confirm that you've been moved out of a timeline of loss and emotional breakdown into a timeline of protection, clarity, and divine favor. Watch closely, a name you haven't heard in a long time may show up. A message you didn't expect may arrive. A sudden idea may hit your mind like lightning. Don't brush it off, these are not coincidences. These are divine course corrections. The universe is not attacking you, it's adjusting you. And the reason it feels intense is because you are close, very close, to a breakthrough, that will change your next chapter. If you're still here, I want you to do one simple thing right now, like this video, so you lock your intention into the moment. And if your heart is open to protection and truth, subscribe, because messages like this don't find you by accident. Share this with someone you love too, because you might be the sign they've been begging for. Now hear this part carefully, because it's the turning point. Your next 72 hours will reveal exactly who is for you, and who is not. Not through chaos, not through drama, but through truth that becomes impossible to ignore. You will notice who respects your peace, you will notice who only comes when they need something. You will notice who drains you, and who restores you. And once you see it, you won't be able to unsee it. This is why Archangel Michael stepped in so urgently. This isn't ordinary guidance, this is divine interception. If you skip now, you may miss the warning that saves you, the opening that shifts you, and the sign that confirms you are being protected. So stay alert, stay calm, and don't make fast decisions from emotion. If something feels off, pause. If something feels heavy, step back. If something feels peaceful, follow it. God is leading you through peace, not panic. And by the time these 72 hours are complete, you won't just feel safe, you will feel stronger, clearer, and more ready than you've been in a long time. If you wish to express your support further, you have the option to give super thanks, with contributions of up to $10. Here's what you can't afford to miss, because if you leave now, your mind will miss the one piece that unlocks the next 72 hours. Your path has been quietly influenced by someone who doesn't fully understand you. Not a bad person, but unpredictable, emotionally unstable, the kind who admires you 1 minute and misunderstands you the next. And that energy has been creating noise around your destiny. Which is why you felt random pressure, strange dreams, sudden overthinking, or an unexpected silence from someone you care about. Now listen, this is exactly why Archangel Michael stepped in. Michael saw that this confusion could push you into saying something you'd regret, trusting someone too soon, or walking away from something that was actually meant to be a blessing. You were standing in the middle of an unseen emotional storm. And today's message is pulling you out of it before it touches your future. Here's the turning point, so pay attention. The universe is rearranging people and situations faster than you think. In the next 72 hours, 3 things may happen that shock you. Someone's real feelings could slip out by accident. A hidden truth could surface. Or a delayed opportunity could finally open. These events are not random. They're the divine reset you've been praying for without even realizing it. So don't scroll, stay with me, because something huge is waiting for you. And let this settle in your chest, you were never in danger. You are being prepared. You are being protected. And now you're being elevated. This shift had to happen, and the next part reveals why. So right now, my beloved child, don't move, don't scroll. Because this part holds the exact moment where Archangel Michael's message becomes unmistakably clear. Here's the proof you've been looking for, your spirit is opening up as you watch. You can feel the intensity rising again, that inner signal telling you, this isn't random. This message is meant for you. And what comes next explains why the last few weeks felt confusing, why certain people acted strange, and why your emotions kept swinging, with no clear reason. Behind the scenes, your destiny has been getting rearranged. A breakthrough bigger than anything you've received, in a long time, is moving toward you. But before that blessing can enter, everything blocking it, must be moved out of the way. That's why conversations went quiet, that's why you suddenly felt distant, from someone you expected to be there. This isn't rejection, it's divine redirection. Now hear this clearly, Archangel Michael has been cutting ties that were draining you, even when you didn't realize it. Someone around you was bringing confusion instead of clarity, doubt instead of peace, imbalance instead of growth. And God will not allow your blessing to walk into chaos. So separation began. And that's why you were guided to this message today. Here's what's about to happen, quiet but powerful. In the next 72 hours, you may notice someone trying to reconnect, an unexpected message showing up, or a sudden surge of confidence inside you, that pushes you in a new direction. That is the universe opening a door that has felt closed for months. And as this reset happens, your intuition will sharpen, like never before. Now comes the part that changes everything. You will finally see who is meant to walk with you, and who was only meant to teach you. You'll feel lighter, clearer, stronger. This isn't just protection, it's alignment. And if you've made it this far, take one quick second to like this video, and subscribe. Because your spirit doesn't land on messages like this by accident. It's a sign you're entering a new season. And here's the deep truth you may have never realized. You've been carrying weight that isn't even yours. Other people's expectations, their fears, their mixed emotions. Without noticing, you started absorbing energy that didn't belong to you. That's why anxiety hit you suddenly, that's why pressure showed up out of nowhere. Archangel Michael saw it first, and he stepped in, to cut the invisible cords, pulling you down. The moment you opened this message, your energy began detaching from what was draining you silently. People who were unsure about you, people who didn't value you, people who talked about you, without understanding your heart. Those connections are being removed right now, not harshly, but mercifully. Because your breakthrough cannot arrive in a space filled with noise. Now don't miss this revelation. You are entering a 72-hour window, where your life shifts direction. Subtle signs will appear, an unexpected opportunity, a sudden message, a bold idea, or a moment of clarity, that feels like it came from beyond you. These are divine signals, guiding you back to your true path. This is not a warning of disaster, this is a declaration of transformation. A blessing that was delayed, is moving again. A door that stayed locked, is unlocking quietly. A situation that confused you, will clear up completely. And in the next part, you'll understand why this had to happen, at this exact moment. And what the universe is preparing, to place in your hands. And now you're about to understand, the shape of the blessing, that's entering your life. And why destiny chose now, for your rise. My beloved child, pause everything, and stay with me till the end. Because this part is going to hit your soul like quiet thunder. If you feel that strange sensation in your chest again, that mix of urgency and calm, that's not imagination, that is alignment. That is your spirit recognizing truth, before your mind catches up. Here's what you were never meant to blame yourself for. The heaviness of the last few months wasn't you failing. It was preparation. Plans breaking, silence replacing connection, your heart being pulled in two directions. None of that was chaos, it was a reset designed for you. And the reason it felt so intense, is because you're different, you're intuitive, spiritually sensitive. The kind of person who senses change, before it happens. You feel distance, before someone pulls away. You notice energy shifts, before words are spoken. But listen closely, this time, the shift didn't come from you. It came toward you. Someone connected to your energy, was confused, emotionally unstable, or internally battling something they couldn't explain. And their chaos started spilling into your path. That's why you felt suddenly tired, suddenly unsure, suddenly disconnected. That wasn't your emotion, it was theirs. And that interference could have delayed your breakthrough. If Archangel Michael hadn't stepped in. And here's the moment that changes everything. The divine realm saw, you were about to make a decision, based on temporary feelings, instead of long-term clarity. So they stopped you. They redirected you. They pulled you toward this message, because this is the exact moment, your destiny stabilizes again. That's why you can't look away, that's why you feel like something is being revealed inside you. Now hear the revelation. You were meant to receive, only when your heart was steady enough to hold it. You are stepping into a phase, where the noise around you will quiet down. Your mind will clear. And the truth, clean, simple, unmistakable, will stand right in front of you. Over the next 72 hours, one thing will happen, that confirms everything. Either long-awaited clarity arrives, or someone's real intentions reveal themselves, without you asking. It may come as a message, an unexpected action, a confession, a sudden opportunity, or a moment, where you finally understand, why the confusion happened at all. And here's the powerful part. It won't come through drama, it won't come through chaos, it will come naturally, quietly. Like a curtain being pulled back. You will see who is aligned with your journey, and who is gently fading out of your destiny. Without conflict. And when it happens, your spirit will feel relief. Not sadness, because you'll realize, God was protecting you, the whole time. Now don't move, because this is where your destiny begins to glow brighter than ever. As you're watching this, your energy is rising, your breathing shifts, your intuition wakes up, your heart senses, that something is unfolding. This is alignment, this is timing, this is God and Archangel Michael, pulling you closer, to the truth, that's been hidden from you, for far too long. Here's something else you need to know. Someone has been thinking about you, more intensely than ever. Not in a harmful way, but in a deeply emotional, spiritually charged way. Their feelings have been creating ripples. Sometimes silence, sometimes confusion, sometimes a sudden tug that makes you wonder what's really happening. You felt it, haven't you? That random memory, that sudden thought, that unexplainable feeling, that someone misses you, watches you, wants to speak, but doesn't know how. That emotional wave got so strong, that even Archangel Michael stepped in. Not to scare you, but to prepare you. Because someone connected to your destiny is going through an internal shift. And their awakening is tied to your breakthrough. And that's why this next 72-hour window matters so much. You are going to see a sign that explains the silence, the delays, the uncertainty. It could be a message that catches you off guard. A name that appears unexpectedly. A sudden change in their behavior. Or it could be your own heart, snapping into clarity. Like a light turning on. And when that clarity arrives, don't panic, don't overthink, don't run, take a deep breath, and follow peace. Because you are entering a phase where emotional fog is clearing. And hidden intentions are becoming visible. The divine realm is setting the stage for a blessing that requires honesty, stability, and truth. This isn't about chasing anyone, it's about watching what aligns. It's about choosing what feels clean, in your spirit. Now if this message is landing in your heart, do something simple, hit like, so you lock this moment into your energy. And subscribe, if you want more spiritual guidance, that finds you right on time. And if you know someone who's been feeling lost, share this with them. Because you might be the sign they've been praying for. And here comes the spark that lights up the entire message. The reason you feel that calm wrapped in tension is because your spirit knows the shift is real. You are being positioned for a blessing that needs emotional stability, spiritual strength, and clear vision. And the next part reveals how fast this blessing will appear. And how it will reshape your path in ways you never expected. And if you're feeling that pressure in your chest again, that's not anxiety, that's Archangel Michael standing right beside you. Making sure you don't miss what you're about to hear. Stay with me, don't skip. Because the truth you're stepping into right now connects every strange moment, every silent night, and every sudden shift you've felt these past weeks. Here's the real reason things have felt off lately. Your life is sitting at a turning point, so powerful that the energy around you started vibrating differently. That's why certain people drifted away without a clear reason. That's why your intuition has been louder than usual. That's why some things feel out of place, like your spirit can't settle. A new chapter is forming behind the scenes. And it requires clarity, strength, and divine timing. So don't scroll, stay with me, because something huge is waiting for you. Now let this sink in, the confusion wasn't punishment. It was transition. The silence wasn't rejection. It was preparation. The delays weren't obstacles. They were protection. God and Michael have been arranging your destiny, like a puzzle. Moving pieces you couldn't see, removing what doesn't fit, and protecting what's meant to stay. And now the pieces are finally sliding into place. Here comes the revelation you were meant to hear today. In the next 72 hours, a shift will rise, like a quiet wave. It won't explode with drama, it will happen softly, but it will be undeniable. You may receive a message you didn't expect. You may hear a name that suddenly makes sense. Or you may experience a moment so clear it feels like a whisper landing directly in your heart. And that moment will explain why you had to walk through confusion before receiving clarity. And here's what's changing right now. Your energy is moving into a new frequency. A frequency where your worth is recognized, your path is aligned, and your blessing is no longer delayed. People who can't walk with your future are being removed. Not to hurt you, but to protect you. And people who match your vision, your growth, your peace, are being pulled closer. Now don't look away, because this is where the revelation gets intense. As you hear these words, your focus sharpens, for a reason. Your intuition wakes up, like it knows something important is coming. That's not coincidence, that's divine timing. Pulling you into alignment. Because your blessing isn't approaching slowly anymore, it's accelerating. That's why your thoughts have been swinging between hope and confusion. That's why you've been feeling someone else's emotions without them speaking. Your spirit has been sensing what your eyes haven't seen yet. And here's the part that might shock you: the breakthrough moving toward you is so strong that even people connected to you are feeling it. Someone who once held back, someone who stayed silent, someone who didn't understand their own emotions, is waking up. Their clarity is returning, their heart is realizing what you mean, and this emotional awakening is tied directly to your destiny. Now listen carefully, because this will change your next 72 hours. A revelation is going to unfold quietly, unexpectedly, and beautifully. It might arrive as a message that surprises you, it might show up as a sudden change in someone's behavior, or it could be the moment you finally understand why a certain person was placed in your life. Whatever form it takes, it will confirm what your spirit already knows. You weren't imagining the pull, you weren't crazy for feeling it, you weren't alone in the connection. And don't blink now, because this is where the hidden pieces start falling into place. That tiny spark in your chest, that calm mixed with intensity, is your spirit recognizing truth, before your mind can argue with it. This explains why your heart has been restless, why your thoughts keep circling back to the same person or situation, and why destiny has been rearranging everything so fast. Here's what you need to understand before a blessing arrives. There's always a moment where everything feels uncertain. That uncertainty wasn't failure, it was the final shift before clarity. There has been someone connected to your path, whose emotions were swirling, rising, collapsing, then rising again. And their internal conflict created confusion in your energy. You felt sudden doubt, sudden hope, sudden distance, sudden connection, like invisible waves pulling you back and forth. But here's the truth that sets you free. That turbulence wasn't meant to break you, it was meant to reveal you. It was showing you how strong you are, how deeply you can love, and how clearly your spirit can sense what's real. And that strength is exactly why Archangel Michael has been guiding you through this transition with urgency. Now here comes the turning point you cannot afford to miss. Over the next 72 hours, a moment of clarity will appear, clean, sharp, undeniable. It might show up as a message that feels overdue, a confession that changes how you see everything, or a sudden opportunity that opens the exact door you thought was closed. And when it happens, you will know without doubt that this wasn't random. This was God and Michael protecting you, aligning you, and lifting you out of the timeline, where you were confused and overlooked, and into the timeline, where you are chosen, seen, and finally moving forward. And when it happens, it may look simple, a gesture that speaks louder than words, or a realization that hits so deep, your whole world suddenly makes sense. That clarity is the beginning of your alignment. This is where the confusion ends, and the truth steps forward. Stay with me, don't skip, because something huge is waiting for you. And you are stepping into a phase where you finally understand why certain things didn't work earlier, why silence happened, and why delays appeared. Everything was rearranged to protect your blessing until it was stable enough to reach you. Now here's the part that sharpens the entire message into truth. Your heart already knows something powerful is approaching. You can feel it in the warmth in your chest, the tension in your breathing, the way your intuition gets louder. That's not imagination, that's alignment. This next revelation is the bridge between your confusion and your breakthrough, and it's meant to land softly, but clearly. For a long time, you've carried questions nobody answered, emotions nobody understood, and doubts nobody even knew you were fighting. Yet you kept moving forward anyway. And someone connected to your path, someone whose energy has been intertwined with yours, felt every shift inside you, without you saying a word. Their silence wasn't ignorance, their distance wasn't rejection, their hesitation wasn't a lack of care. They were fighting their own battles, their own fears, their own insecurities. And their inner conflict began spilling into your energy. That's exactly why Archangel Michael stepped in with urgency. Because you were about to make a decision, based on emotions that were never yours to carry. So stay with me, don't scroll, something huge is waiting for you. And the next 72 hours are going to bring answers you didn't even know you needed. A truth may slip out during a casual conversation, a message may arrive when you least expect it, or a moment of realization may hit you so strongly that your entire perspective changes in one breath. This is the moment destiny stops hiding and starts revealing. And don't miss this, your blessing is forming with precision. Emotionally, spiritually, and even in the physical world. Someone's heart is aligning, your energy is stabilizing, the path ahead is clearing. That's why the heaviness has been lifting, in small ways, even if you couldn't explain it. That's why you've been feeling different, this isn't random, it's divine preparation. Now here comes the deepest point of the message. Your spirit is recognizing something real right now. Your heartbeat changes, your breath shifts, your intuition wakes up like an alarm. That is divine confirmation. You've been walking through a silent emotional storm, a storm you didn't create, a storm you didn't deserve, but a storm you survived anyway. And someone connected to your destiny has been influenced by the same storm. Their thoughts got heavy, their emotions got confused, their energy became unstable. And because they didn't know how to express it, they withdrew, acted unpredictable, or disappeared into silence. But your souls are connected deeper than logic. That's why you felt every shift, without a single word being spoken. And that's why Archangel Michael stepped in. Because you were starting to believe, the confusion meant the end. It wasn't the end, it was alignment, it was a reset, it was preparation for truth. Now hear the revelation meant only for this moment. In the next 72 hours, something will break through the silence. A message, a sudden action, a shift in behavior, or a clarity that hits your heart like lightning. It will not be accidental, it will not be random, it will be your sign, your confirmation, your turning point. And when it happens, you'll know your spirit wasn't imagining anything. It was sensing the future before it arrived. And let me expand this for you, because this blessing is bigger than just money, bigger than just opportunity, bigger than just emotional clarity. This is a complete shift of your destiny. It will touch your relationships, your decisions, your path, your peace, and your power. This is the kind of shift that changes the way you wake up in the morning. The kind that replaces anxious thinking with clear direction. The kind that makes you look back and realize that delay saved me. Now stop right here and stay with me, because this is the heaviest truth of all. Your life has been standing between two timelines. One filled with confusion, delays, silence, and emotional heaviness. And another filled with clarity, breakthroughs, and aligned connection. Until now, both timelines were colliding around you. That's why you felt pulled in two directions, that's why the same person or situation kept circling your mind, that's why you felt drawn toward things you couldn't explain. And the person connected to your path, the one whose heart carries a truth they haven't been able to speak, is approaching a moment where their inner world can't hide anymore. The fog is lifting, the fear is weakening, and the truth is getting louder. So don't rush, don't force, just stay awake, stay steady, stay close to peace. Because what's about to unfold, in these next 72 hours, is not just clarity, it's your exit from the old timeline, and your entrance into the one you were always meant for. And here's what's been happening behind the curtain. Someone has been trying to understand their own emotions, and their confusion has been touching your energy, without them even realizing it. Don't scroll, stay with me, something huge is waiting for you. This silent connection has been influencing your mood, your dreams, your intuition, and even the choices you've been making lately. And Archangel Michael needed you to know this, before you take your next step. Because you were about to react to energy that wasn't truly yours. Now listen close, because destiny chose this exact moment for a reason. In the next 72 hours, you're going to experience a moment of alignment, so strong, so undeniable. It breaks the emotional fog that surrounded you for months. It could be a message that finally opens the truth, a name appearing out of nowhere, a sudden shift in someone's behavior that tells you everything. Or a realization so sharp, it feels like a divine whisper, landing right in your heart. Whatever form it takes, it will change your direction instantly. And don't mistake this shift as just emotions. This is spiritual. This is the moment you step out of confusion and into clarity. This is the moment the universe reveals why certain people were removed, why delays happened, why your heart felt heavy, and why you were guided to this message at this exact second. My beloved child, don't move, don't scroll, stay with me till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And this part carries the truth your spirit has been reaching for. Feel what's happening inside you right now, your breathing slows, your focus sharpens, that strange heaviness mixed with warmth touches your chest. That's not random, that's your energy aligning with a message you were destined to hear today. Stay with me, don't skip, because what comes next explains why your emotions, your relationships, and your intuition have all been shifting at the same time. Here's the truth, you've been walking through a season where everything felt unstable. Certain people became distant, certain moments felt heavier, and certain thoughts kept looping in your mind, without any clear reason. But none of it was happening against you, it was happening for you. A divine rearrangement has been taking place. Someone connected to your destiny, someone whose emotions are tied to yours, has been awakening slowly, painfully, beautifully. Their silence wasn't ignorance, their hesitation wasn't rejection, their distance wasn't disinterest. They were battling their own mind, their own fear, and their own unspoken truth. And without meaning to, their emotional waves spilled into your energy. That's why you felt their confusion as your own, that's why you carried heaviness that didn't belong to you. That's why your heart would race on days when nothing was happening. Don't scroll, stay with me, something huge is waiting for you. Archangel Michael saw this entanglement, could pull you into doubt, or cause you to walk away from a path that's actually meant for you. That's why he intervened and brought you here right now. Now hear the revelation. Destiny has been preparing you for. You are entering a 72-hour window where the emotional fog blocking your path begins to dissolve. A moment is approaching, unexpected, quiet, but powerful. A truth will reveal itself, a sign will appear, a message may reach you, a shift in someone's behavior may stop you in your tracks. This moment won't confuse you, it will clarify everything. It will feel clean, like your spirit can finally breathe again. And here's why this matters so much. This breakthrough isn't just about a person, it's about your alignment. It's about the universe opening the door that stayed locked too long. It's clarity replacing chaos, truth replacing silence, connection replacing doubt. And when this door opens, you won't have to force it, you won't have to beg for it, it will unfold naturally. Because it was always meant to. Now stop right here, because this part goes even deeper. Feel how your intuition is standing up inside you, like it already knows what's coming. That's divine timing, pulling your soul into alignment. This moment is the doorway between everything you've endured and everything that's about to be restored. For weeks, maybe months, your energy has been stretched between clarity and confusion. You felt connected to someone without logic, you felt pulled towards certain thoughts without reason. You felt emotions that weren't yours, and every time you tried to understand it, silence answered you. But that silence wasn't emptiness, it was rearrangement. Someone tied to your destiny has been shifting from the inside out. Their fears have been dissolving, their heart has been waking up, and even from a distance, that internal movement touched you. That's why you felt their sadness, that's why you felt their hesitation, that's why you felt their longing. You weren't imagining anything, your souls were interacting, long before your minds could understand it. And Archangel Michael stepped in. Because you were absorbing emotions that weren't yours. And he refused to let you misread silence as rejection. Now hear the part destiny refused to let you miss. In the next 72 hours, your life is going to shift, quietly, gently, unmistakably. A sign will appear that breaks the fog completely. A truth may slip out accidentally, a message may arrive unexpectedly, a realization may hit your heart, with clarity so strong, it shakes you. This is meant to confirm what your soul already knows. You are being aligned with a blessing that was delayed, not denied. Your path is clearing, your energy is stabilizing, someone's heart is awakening. And the next part will reveal the exact form this blessing is transforming into, and why destiny chose now to bring it into your life. My beloved child, don't even think about scrolling, stay with me till the end. Something huge is waiting for you. And this part holds a revelation your soul has been waiting to hear for a long time. Feel that sudden stillness inside you, that tension in your heart, that quiet whisper saying, "Don't skip this." That isn't accidental, that is alignment, pulling you straight toward the truth that was hidden behind every silence, every delay, and every confusing moment you couldn't explain. Here's what's been happening behind the scenes. A shift is moving through your life, so powerfully, that even the energy around you has been reacting. You felt emotional waves that didn't make sense. Sudden heaviness, sudden hope, sudden fear, sudden calm. Those weren't mood swings, those were signals. Someone tied to your destiny has been wrestling with their feelings, trying to understand the bond they feel with you. Trying to face emotions they've avoided for too long. Their inner conflict has been touching your energy, like a silent echo. That's why you felt connected, when they thought of you, distant when they pulled away, and heavy when they didn't know what to do. And this is exactly why Archangel Michael stepped in. Michael saw these emotional waves, starting to cloud your clarity. And he intervened, before you misread the signs, as loss or rejection. Now hear this with your full attention. The universe is preparing a moment that will lift the curtain completely. In the next 72 hours, something will happen that ties everything together. It might be subtle, but it will be powerful. It could be a message that appears the exact moment you're about to give up. It could be a truth someone finally admits. It could be a shift in energy you feel instantly. Or it could be a realization that hits you so deep that everything suddenly makes sense. And when that moment happens, it will confirm what your spirit has been trying to tell you all along. Your intuition wasn't lying, your heart wasn't imagining, your soul wasn't confused. You are being aligned, You are being guided toward a blessing that carries emotional clarity, spiritual stability, and a connection that was never meant to break. So stay with me till the end, don't skip, something huge is waiting for you. Now pay attention, because the energy is shifting again, as you listen. You can feel it, a quiet pressure in your chest, a sudden alertness in your mind, a whisper inside telling you, this part is important. That feeling is not random, that is divine timing. Locking you into a truth that has been trying to reach you for weeks. And what I'm about to reveal explains why the last few days felt heavier, why old emotions resurfaced, and why your intuition suddenly became louder than ever. Here's the deeper truth. You've been walking through a transition so intense that even the people connected to you have felt its impact. Someone tied to your destiny, emotionally, spiritually, energetically, has been going through an awakening. Their silence wasn't disinterest, their distance wasn't rejection, their confusion wasn't about you being not enough. They were fighting a battle inside themselves, fear versus truth, hesitation versus desire, their old self versus the person they're becoming. And while they struggled silently, their internal storm touched your energy. That's why your heart felt heavy without reason, that's why your mind kept returning to the same thoughts, that's why your emotions felt like waves you couldn't control. But listen, those waves were not sent to drown you. They were sent to wake you up. They were showing you what your spirit already knows. Something real is shifting, something is breaking open, something is about to be revealed. And once again, Archangel Michael stepped in. To protect you from misreading the signals. Michael needed you steady, Michael needed you clear, Michael needed you to stop blaming yourself for energy that was never yours to carry. Because destiny is not trying to confuse you, destiny is trying to prepare you for a moment that will change the way you see everything. Now hear the part destiny refused to let you miss. Over the next 72 hours, a defining moment is approaching. One that breaks the cycle completely. It won't be loud, it won't be dramatic, but it will be undeniable. It may show up as one sentence you can't forget. One action that speaks louder than words, one message that arrives at the perfect time, or one truth that finally steps into the light. And when it happens, you'll feel it in your whole body, like your spirit exhaling, after holding its breath for months. The confusion will lose its power, the fog will clear, you'll know what's real, you'll know what's aligned, you'll know what needs to stay, and what needs to fade. So don't run from the stillness, don't ignore the signs, don't talk yourself out of what your soul already understands. Stay present, stay grounded, and if this message is hitting your heart, do something simple right now, like this video and subscribe. Because the fact that you're here means you're being guided. And if you know someone who's been drowning in confusion, share this with them. Because this might be the confirmation they've been praying for. Because what's coming isn't just clarity, it's direction, it's peace, it's alignment. And the next 72 hours are going to prove that you were never lost, you were being led.